Good morning, everyone. Hello and welcome. This is our Deviant Daily, normally a part of the Witch of Oddities tier. We are recording this on April 27th, 2023, 9:14 a.m. here in Northern California. We are working with this lighting, I know, getting into the Vortex Oracle, and we are recording for Friday, April 28th. Y'all, I was like, my time perception yesterday was just terrible. Like, I knew it was Wednesday, right? I knew it was Wednesday, but I kept thinking it was Thursday. I was ready for Friday. And then I was posting things a day early. I was posting things for Thursday, so for today, yesterday. It was just a mess. Well, hello, Dragon Dancer. Welcome. So I don't know where I was yesterday. Not with Mercury, not with Wednesday stuff for sure. So like normal and natural, take some time to ground and center, take some time to focus on your breathing, take some time to tune in with yourself and allow yourself you know, allow yourself to be in the present moment, present environment, your present atmosphere. No judgment, just simply be in your vibe right now. And when you're ready, go ahead and call in your spirits, your guides, your gods, your allies, your ancestors. Call in all the good shit for your highest and best, whatever you reach out to, whatever you connect with as a divine source, whatever that is, higher guidance, whatever you want, call it. Yeah, reach out to that energy, allow it to help you and impress upon you as we navigate this co-creative adventure. I know, right? It's like, I don't even, yeah, what is dust? It's just dust. So, I hope everyone is doing well. Y'all have any fun? I know it's Thursday, okay? But do you have any fun plans for your weekend? Anything exciting? My my grandma and my aunt should be here this weekend. Finally coming off the mountain. They live. I couldn't do it. They live on a mountain, and when it gets like during the winter times, it snows, and so they get stuck. They can't. They get stuck. They can't leave their space. I couldn't do it. So yeah, they will be visiting. All right. So when you are ready, go ahead and choose the first number that sort of tugs at your dominant psychic trait, whatever that may be. 1, 2, or 3. What is your birthday tomorrow? Well, happy birthday. I'm not going to sing because the bitch can't sing. So happy birthday to you. Um, yeah. Go ahead and comment the first number that tugs at your dominant psychic trait, 1, 2, or 3. Well, comment or write down. Again, it's your preference. This is our experience together, but it's also first and foremost yours. So if you don't feel comfortable commenting, that's fine. 1, 2, or 3. I dropped some cards, y'all. I'm pretty sure more than one dropped. Do you think? Or was it just one? I don't know. 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2. I guess we'll have 4 cards. The card that dropped, I'll read first. So, yeah. All right. Okay. So we will have 4 cards. Okay. The first card will be like the card that is the theme card, or the card that oversees everything. And then we'll get into your 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So the first card, the overseer, it expresses others opinions are less important than my personal guidance system. Others' opinions are less important than my personal guidance system. This is the theme card, the overview card. So what does that say to you? How does that make you feel? What pops up for you? So you did not intend to use the opinions of others to measure against your beliefs, desires, or actions in order to determine the appropriateness of them. Instead, you knew and still remembered long after you were born that it was the relationship between the opinion or knowledge of the source within you and your current thoughts in any moment that would offer you perfect guidance in the form of your emotional guidance system. What does that say to you? How does that make you feel? What pops up for you? I That's again, that's the theme of the reading. That's what's going to sort of like influence the rest of the cards in our day for Friday. What I like about this is that it's really like mind your own damn business. Like the opinion, like we talked about this a little bit yesterday, I think, I don't know. But what other people think of you, what other people's opinions on how you live your life, not your business. Right? But it's not your business. And it is so I think that we can get so caught up in what and how other people view us and in how we may be perceived, that we start choosing and living in a way that is not authentic to ourselves. It doesn't feel good to us because we're so caught up in what will the neighbors say, what will this person say, how will they view me this way. And it's like, I don't honestly don't give a fuck. Like, this is my life, right? This is your life. And so what I think about your life, I mean, whether it's good or not good, not your business, and you shouldn't fucking care. As long as you are doing your best to live the life that you want for yourself, as long as you're, doing all the healthy things for you as best as you can, and focusing on what that means for you in your life. Stop living for other people. And I think that we need to really be mindful of this, especially like on Friday, Venus Day. We have like this appreciation of beauty and art and just being in our own space and making things that we love even more beautiful. Yeah. And I don't it part of it is like it has to do with getting older, but it's also experience, like wisdom. And not, not all older peoples have that wisdom, let's be honest. But it's more of like, okay, I understand more and more, like I'm comfortable with who I am. And as I get older, I have this wisdom, this experience where, you know what, we're all just trying to do our best to live, our own stories. And so I feel more comfortable in who I am and how I and what I bring to the table. So like my socially awkwardness, all of that. Like I don't like on camera, y'all know, like all my facial expressions. It's like I don't have to be prim and proper. Um, I'm just real as best as I can be, I think. So just keep that in mind as we navigate the next three cards, okay? So that was kind of the theme. Others' opinions are less important than my personal guidance system. And so we need to be mindful that throughout the rest of the cards, it's not about what other people say, do, or how other people behave. I need to focus more on how I seek to show up in my life. Okay? Ugh. Card one, our opinions about other wait, our opinions about our children can influence their behavior. I've told you this before. When anything talks about children, I'm like, I don't have kids, you know? But yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. So, our opinions, right, about our children can influence their behavior. The more you see things in your child that you do not want to see, the more of that you will see. And so, the behavior that you elicit from your child is more about you than it is about your child. This is actually true of all of your relationships, but since you think about your child more than you do of most others, your opinion about your child plays a greater role in its behavior. Now, not all of us have children, and that's absolutely fine. Thank goodness, right? Take child and make that your baby right now. So, like, what is your current child? You know, is it a book that you're writing? Is it a project that you're working on? Is it something that you've been trying to, like, birth into this world for some time? Like, it doesn't have to be your children. If it is, that's absolutely fine. But you can shift it a little bit. You can alter it a little bit. It's our creative birthing process. So our opinions about our children can influence their behavior. And so when we look at our, like, writing projects, I'm not that great at it. Oh, it sucks, and people are gonna hate it, and blah blah blah, and blah 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 blah, right? If we are mindful of that, and we recognize, like, oh, our opinions, our actions, our words, our feelings about what we seek to give birth to, and allow to grow, it's influencing how it will be received. It's influencing how it will actually be experienced in this world, right? And so and so it is important that before we, like, birth it, and before we actually give it to the world, it's time to get our thoughts right about it. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? Let me know. um that's why I come here, because everyone is honest and real with my face. Yeah, why not? So, and if it is your children, I think that, how we view our children, how we view our projects, how I know some people are probably gonna get mad at me, um, linking the two, children and then projects, but whatever. Uh, I mean no offense by that. But how we feel, how we view our children, our projects, what we hold space for, it's really important, because we want to surround it in energy, in thoughts, in deeds, and everything, to have a good experience. It's kind of like, once again, when you write something, it is important to, like, okay, I'm writing this to be of service. I'm writing this because I have something in me that wants to be experienced, and I want to share with the world what I'm capable of, as well as, like, I want to entertain, and I want to heal, and I want this and that and that, and I know it's going to do great work. And so I'm putting all of that into that work, right? And then there does come a point where, once it's finally released, now that is doing its job. So other people will respond to it the way they do. But again, go back to, their opinions of it really don't matter, because you're doing the best you can with what you have, and you're constantly putting that forth, right? Some people are not going to like your children. Let's be honest. Some people are not going to like them, no matter how good of a job you do in giving them the best opportunities and the best, like, manners, and all of that, right? So hopefully that makes sense. Let's just keep that in mind as we go into card two. Card two, feeling negative emotions means I'm launching requests. Feeling negative emotions means I'm launching requests. As more people observe hardship and strike a tense resistant pose, and therefore disallow their own well being, others use them as their reason to do the same. And in a very short time, a very negative pattern of resistance can sweep through your population. The good news in this scenario is that in every moment that every person is feeling negative emotion about the economic state, vibrational requests for more abundance are launched, and those requests are heard clearly and responded to immediately by source. Card two. What does that say to you? How does that make you feel? I enjoy that too, because again, I think we've talked about this recently, but it reminds me of, like, when we focus on something, the exact opposite is there. And so, like, if we're focusing on, like, this negative shit, right? The positive shit is there. And so when we are saying, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this, then what I do like, what I do love, it's right there. And the people who are able to when they can, shift and turn their perception around, like, oh, okay, I recognize I am not happy. I recognize I don't like this, but let me give some time to contemplate what I do like. And it's not about ignore, again, I make sure to try and express this all the time. It's not about denying your feelings, because when we feel like shit, we feel like shit. Okay. Let's not deny let's not get fear over being negative. Let's not have fear over feeling blah. That's life. It is a process, and we won't always feel happy all the time. And so it is okay to understand that and explore that. But we recognize, like, I don't think any of us want to feel that way or be in those challenges 24/7 all the time. It's not a forever home, right? It is a mindful home where we understand the growth in it, and we understand that this is something we're currently processing. And so when I recognize, like, this is what I'm going through, this challenge is negative, right? Um, there is massive positive on the right connected to it. And so when I am ready, I can shift and I can turn around, and I can start working towards experiencing something better, whatever that means. It doesn't mean going from like really really poor mentality to really positive, like uplifting mentality. It's like, okay, I'm going from a little bit of a challenge to a little bit more of a little less of a challenge, I should say. And then we walk toward just feeling better as best as we can. And so feeling negative emotions means I'm launching requests. What does that say to you? How does that make you feel? That's card 2, and card 2 is really expressing that we can turn things around. And so, whatever we experience today that doesn't feel great, or that may take us out of alignment with what we want to experience, um, utilize it, be aware of it, work with it, and recognize, like, have that hope at the back of our heads that, okay, I know that a solution is provided. I know a solution is connected, and so I'm going to stay here as long as I need to be in this moment. But then when I'm ready, I'm going to find a solution. I'm going to use this. I'm going to be like, I'm not stuck here. I just have to regroup a little bit and focus on receiving the blessings that I know are connected to this. Yeah? Okay. Card 3. Card 3. Our diversity supports our individual freedoms. Our diversity supports our individual freedoms. So while your societies continue to try to dictate and enforce human behavior to please the majority, because of your diversity, it continues to be an uncomfortable struggle that again and again falls of its economic weight. There simply is not enough money in the world to buck the natural currents of individual freedom and independence of thought. Our diversity supports our individual freedoms. Others' opinions are less important than my personal guidance system. What does that say to you? How does that make you feel? What pops up for you? I like the fact that a lot of these cards have been about, focusing on our own personal health and wellness, like getting ourselves right with ourselves. And it's not about pleasing others. So it's not about people pleasing. It's not about being rude either. It's about finding what is important to each and every one of us and living that. So our diversity supports our individual freedoms. I think that today, is going to be a good day to focus on like what you believe, focus on what you think. And if someone else does usher a thought that goes against your beliefs, I guess that is their right, but you do not have to tolerate it. You do not have to stay in that energy, and it does not have to become yours. And so don't obsess about it, because I know that sometimes when people express things that go against our ethics, right? Our morals, our beliefs, who we are, we can obsess about it. Like, who do you think you are? And then when we obsess about it, we are giving more energy and attention to them to help grow their positioning, right? We don't want that. And so I think that with this, it's like, you know what, everyone can be and do what they want as they desire, but it's their life to choose to be held accountable by. We do not have to live by their, their beliefs and their thoughts and their everything. So it is important for us to remind ourselves of that. So when someone does come in to our life experience and into our work, and they express things that go against what we feel is right, as a core, at the core of human existence, yada yada yada, it is okay, because we are, our life is not ruled by them. You know, does that make sense? So appreciate your own space. And so when someone does, we do experience that sort of opposition, it is important to be like, you know what, that's not me. That opinion of who I am as a person, that opinion of who I love, that opinion of me being me, that's not me. That's their opinion. That's outside source. That's a projection that has nothing to do with me. And so I'm not going to carry that with me. I'm not going to experience and live my life based on what other people fear or what other people project onto me. That is not who I am, right? This is who I am. And then define yourself. I am a loving individual. I am, blah, 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 whatever you want, but define yourself. This is your time, you know? So, with that being said, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts for Friday, April 28th, 2023, and the cards? I think that Friday, it's really going to be important for each and every one of us to mind our business, but also understand that the opinions of other people, the opinions of outside source, do not rule us. The most important thing is to trust our instincts and to be understanding that while other people, I see it like an eyelash or something, sorry, while other people, something, have their opinions, that doesn't define who we are. And we don't have to take that and let it paint the canvas of our life, right? Our opinion of ourselves is the most important. And so allow that to guide us and to help us become better suited to deal with the world at large. And then the words and the actions, excuse me, sorry, the things that we invest into our children can be like our projects. It is important to see that we give them the best space to grow. And so whether it's like a creative project or a work project or an actual child, think of it in a way that is going to be of service, that is going to help, that is going to, experience the world and create, wonderful experiences for themselves. So know that as you birth something, it has this wonderful blessing upon the world. And don't think anything, try not to think, I can't tell you what to think, so I'm not gonna say don't, I just did, but view that as an opportunity, view it as something beautiful. What you have to birth into this world, oh my gosh, is important, is vital. So treat it as such. Treat it and talk about your work as something beautiful and beneficial and creative and inspiring and uplifting. And know that when we are feeling negative, when we are feeling down, that's not the only thing that's happening. And so like when we are feeling negative, it does launch requests, but because the positive and negative cannot escape each other, they're there with one another. So when we have this like heavy, like overwhelming feeling, sorry, of negativity, of course I don't bring water with me, of negativity, there is something on the other side of it. And I'm not telling you to just think positive, just feel positive, but it always helps me to remember that you can't have one without the other. And so when I'm feeling really down or sad or depressed or whatever that is for me, it helps me a lot to know that the other is right there. It's just a matter of me when I can, you know, turning around and focusing on feeling a little better, each time. Um, and that has helped so much. And it's not always easy. It's not always like, oh, I feel really, really shitty and depressed and ugly, right? So I'm just going to turn around and feel like, woo, uplifting, yay, you know? It's not like that. It's like, oh, sometimes I feel really, really shitty and depressed and gross and ugly and just a waste of space. And then the next day I'm like, okay, I don't want to feel like this anymore, and I know that on the other side of it there's something better for me. And so I choose to remind myself of that, even if I don't believe it at the time. But I choose to remind myself because I know on some level I do. Like I hold space for that. And so the next day I'm like, okay, I feel a little better. I can do this. Like I have to show up, I have to show up. I choose to show up. And I feel a little better and a little better and a little better. And boom, it's like, okay, I understand as this negative experience is here, there is a positive, and that positive will be my reality again. So it's a cycle, it's a flow. And it takes all of us. You know, our diversity supports our individual freedom. So don't let anyone else tell you how to believe or how to think. I think Friday is more about you, right? Friday is going to be about our experiences, about what we want to participate in, about trying to focus on what we enjoy, who we are. And when other opinions come in, it's like, okay, that's your opinion. I'm not going to let your opinion paint my world, because it's your opinion, that's your world, not mine. And so I will acknowledge, but I'm not going to um, take that. Yeah. Any last minute questions, thoughts, or concerns? But I hope that you can take something from this and utilize it for Friday. This is just a collective vibration of Friday's energy and what's going you know, different things we're working with on Friday. But yeah, if you have any last minute questions, thoughts, or concerns, feel free to share, feel free to express. Um, but yeah, that's what I got, y'all. That's what I got. So I do thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. Uh, yeah, I know it takes some time to click over, so I'm just waiting. But yeah, I do appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for being here. Um, happy birthday tomorrow, Dragon Dancer. Yay, it's a celebration. Are we having cake? Oh my god, I'm really like I'm choking. Yay. So I'm gonna go get some water. But again, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you, and I will talk to you. What today? Today is okay. I'll talk to you all on Sunday. What? Yes, Sunday. I may do a video before then because we have the month ahead. It's already another month. So I'll do a month ahead video either Sunday or before Sunday. We'll see. But yeah. Ciao for now.